Welcome, everybody. Hello, Janet P. It's always good to see you. I
Hi,
miss you,
Jen.
Janet. I miss my dream class members. It's so nice to have you here. Thank you for being here. Um, so I'm here with Diana tonight. Our Kate was on a fabulous cruise with her husband, and she's back in town, but she's not feeling well. So she's not with us tonight, but I want to send her lots of love and and get well wishes.
Thanks.
And yeah, we wanted to make sure that we came on to talk a little bit more about dreams. We haven't been on for a few weeks, and I have to take off the next 2 weeks because I'm going to Sedona. So I figured it would be a good night for Diana and I to come on and talk. So there we go. Yeah.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah. So I was telling Diana that I actually have a dream. Hello, Penny. It's good to see you, dear.
Hi, Penny.
Hi, Akila. Hi, Jay Marcus. It's nice to see you. Yeah.
Lady, how are
And
you?
Callie Healer is here. Wow. It's nice to have all of you here. So I never really bring a dream to the Dream Channel. I sometimes don't remember them. And this one I didn't really write down, but it was so poignant that I remembered it. And then something happened after my dream that validated the entire dream. It was very interesting. So my husband is a stubborn cuss. He's an Irishman, and he doesn't like to be told what to do by me or anybody else. He's got to make up his own mind about everything. And Diana, in fact, had done a chart for him and saw his health was something that was important for him to look out for. But anyway, I'm having this dream, and in the dream, he's in a little hokey town somewhere, and he and two other men are the sheriffs of the town. But it isn't like the old west or anything. It's like, but they're wearing jeans and t-shirts, so they're like these guys that just decided. And so I'm watching them from the outside, and I'm watching their behavior, and they're acting like kids. My husband is riding a skateboard down the street, and he's getting on a bicycle and going down a banister on the bicycle. He's drinking beer. He's just doing all kinds of risky behavior. And I said, "What is going on with you? Why are you acting this way?" And I said, "Are you ever going to come home, or are you going to stay here and do this job?" He said, "No, I'm going to stay here. This is a great job. I'm going to do this, and I might see you in a month or so, but I'm going to." So I woke up and I thought, that was crazy, but it was so crazy that I couldn't forget about it, you know? So I opened up my email, and most of you might know that my husband works during the week out 3 hours north of me. And so he sends me emails a lot. And so well, he says, "I've decided that I'm going to take metformin, which is a diabetic medication. Um, and I decided that it could be helpful to some of my issues that I'm having. I'm not sleeping well, and I'm getting up all night to go to the bathroom and all this other stuff." And he said, "The doctor told me to do it." And I said, no, I don't want diabetes. I'm not going to do that. So, I'm not. And he said, "But I've decided that it's probably a good idea." Well, I nearly fell off, out of the bed when I read it, number one, because he's so stubborn. But that's what the dream was, really. It was all his risky behavior with his health, and the fact that he had to be the one that made the decision to take the medication.
Right,
Nobody else was going to be able to tell him what to do.
right,
So,
right. And yes, I did see that in his chart. And
uh-huh. Yep,
psychically, there were hits that were going on, and it was reflective of something else that
yep,
was an issue in the past.
right,
And so that also was in his chart.
right, right.
So it
Yep,
was it was a double validation. There you go.
It really was. It really was. And then
Validation.
we're going on our trip. We're driving, and Diana had said, "I see everything fine, but you got to check your car or your vehicle or something, you know." And so I did take it in, and it did have to have some work done on it before we left. So thanks to astrology. That's right. What a great validation that was. So anyway, I would really love it if you wanted to post some of your dreams in the chat tonight. I'm sure Diana's got a couple of really good ones because that's what she does. She's very good at it. In the meantime, I want to say hi also to Maruda and to Cat Mama Dewdrop in. Hello, dear. How are those kitty cats doing? And yeah, Callie Healer, I said before, and Jay Marcus. So I'm glad you're all here. Thanks for being with us tonight. Yeah.
Well, I did bring a dream. If we're waiting for people to post, I can
yeah,
share a little
do
bit.
it. Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh. Since the last time we were together, I've had a lot of dreams. Where to begin?
Oh.
But I'm going to start with this one from yesterday.
Okay.
I do believe that I have talked about the dreams that I had connected with Valerie's brother.
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of dreams that go along with.
Oh, still? Really? Oh,
yes, because now he's in the healing process. But this is about me and my my stepping into the astral realm, but with tall whites and
wow.
I can't even tell you what galaxies they're from, but the one last night is perhaps has a little trigger because of, I'm in the wrong book, sorry, because I had just been on the show with Gail, Dr. Gail.
Okay. Yes. Yep. And she was working with Dr. Gail, who works with the ETs. So that makes sense. Yep.
So, in all the times that I have been in the presence of extraterrestrials, for me, the angelic realm is the same. The elemental realm is the same. It is really all connected. There is, time is not a line. Time is an orb. And yes, it is all really connected.
Definitely.
So, right. And I see angels with wings and I see angels without wings. And for me, they are both one and the same. They are heavenly.
Sure.
So in the show, we were answering questions that the audience had about encounters that they've had either in a dreamscape or through other things. So last night I had a dream, but I realized that I wasn't dreaming. This is the first time that it didn't feel like a dream. This is where it felt like this is really happening.
Okay.
And I am being told something. And what I was being told is that they have a name for me, and it is called the bridge. And that's now I could see everything plain as day. And one of the things that I saw were all of these little pillows. They were
oh my goodness.
They all had these headphones on, and they were pillows, and they kept getting fuller and fuller and fuller. And then as they got fuller, they were being led around by tall whites to get into seats so that they could get out all of the little elementals that were in there.
Oh,
now, things that I know I am is a messenger. I bring to the extraterrestrials the human experience. I explain to them the emotions of what the human experience is. And,
Mhm.
like Billy lost a tooth today and the tooth fairy came and he's all excited because da 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 da. Okay.
Right.
So
Right.
that's the kind of messenger I am. I've been on board of spaceships and I know that, I have delivered the messages to others who take it to the Federation or to the meetings that are going on
Mhm.
when I am
Okay.
called aboard a ship. So,
Wow.
I mean, I was in the room and I was watching them lead them all around. But I also saw this portal, and in this window, there was a ton of stars. So I know I was looking back out into space, and
Okay.
I could see several tall whites leading this astronaut in a suit, looked like, whatever we wear out in outer space, except it was like a pillow guy. Right? It was just getting bigger and bigger, and they had to help me.
Yeah.
And what I realized is, yes, that was me inside of there. And all of this suit were components that made up the suit. I was inside of there, but each component was one of those pillows. And each of those pillows had a ton of elementals in it.
And
And
they had faces, obviously. They had faces. Yeah. Yeah.
the
Okay.
pillows had
Yeah.
faces, and as they got bigger, I saw that what I thought were eyes and mouth and nose actually had fairies, elementals
Okay.
inside of,
Inside of them.
and those were windows and not and the exit
Okay.
door
Okay.
and not a face per se.
Right. Right.
Rather, they contained what I was delivering for the
Okay.
sake of this message. And I
Uh-huh.
was bringing back to them elementals that they had brought to Earth
Okay.
a while ago. And I was part of the delivery system to
The
bring them back
delivery system.
to help relate the story of the human
Yeah.
experience by those elementals.
Uh-huh.
And this was the time that this was last night. And
Yeah.
I was taken into the meeting for the first time.
Oh,
And
wow.
I was said, they said to me, we call you the bridge. You are the bridge. And then I actually fell deep into sleep and I don't
And you
recall
didn't
anything
remember
else at
anything
that point.
else.
So they took me back home
Hmm.
after. And so I don't remember the meeting, but I do know that I was there.
You were
I do
there.
know that they were showing me gratitude. Once they got me all those components out, I was dressed as a druid, like I always am. I'm, Merlin
Yes. Yes.
and
Yes. Yes.
just like that's what I am. And quite a while ago, it's probably a year ago, it was almost winter, and I was walking in the woods, and Elena the Truz, who's one of my guides, bellowed out, "But you must remain in the past because you are of the future. They need you here."
Okay.
And that led into more and more experiences. Like when I was flying over the Ukraine border shortly after the war had begun, and I was watching
Hmm.
all of the cities and the bombing and getting these purple signals. The purple signals were actually coming from the spaceship that I was in, and I didn't realize it at the time,
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
because because I kept disembarking. I kept getting off and walking the streets and looking for addresses in homes and
Uh-huh.
going into public bathrooms and looking for all sorts of things. So
Hmm.
to actually be invited into the room of the meeting,
Yeah.
and
The room where it happens.
right, and
Yeah.
the slate was wiped clean because I don't remember what happened
Right.
other
Right.
than we call you the bridge, and the elementals were all jumping around, and they all the
Wow.
clothing, everybody had a cloak, and each
Uh-huh.
of those cloaks were their own compression suit,
Oh,
so that whatever atmosphere cannot be reproduced in this mass
sure.
in this
Sure.
room with all
They're
the,
able to come together and
right.
be able to breathe. Right, right. Oh
And
my God.
and for me, it was to remain a druid.
Okay. Because you got the magic in you. You can do that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so mine was very simple, woolen, olive
Uh-huh.
drab army, army blanket.
Sure. Yep. Yep. Wow. So Jay Marcus says that she has seen those things you're talking about, which blows my mind.
Well, maybe she was on ship with me last night.
Maybe she was. Maybe she was. And Kim said, do you feel you might recall more under hypnosis?
If I could be hypnotized.
Yeah. Yeah.
People have tried. I
You,
can't.
you don't let it go down? You can't bring yourself down into it? Yeah. Okay. So something might have happened to you in some past life that they took advantage of. Okay.
There will
That
be
makes
no
sense.
more control.
Yeah. So Jay said the middle one I saw 2 nights ago. I was telling our group, was that it? Was that the night 2 nights ago?
Well, no, because it was last night. This was this
It was
morning.
last night. Okay. She was
Yeah, I
telling the
was wrong
group that the
that
dream
day.
I had was about AI and earth spirits working in another realm. Wow.
This little guy. This one, Jay.
Must be.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they were all happy and jumping around just like we expected them to.
Uh-huh. So
In
for
the
you,
was
it
behaving
looks like a pillow. For you, that's just the best explanation of what it is. But
right,
really,
and
it was probably,
well, it
a
was like
vessel of some kind.
right. Remember, Ghostbusters in the first movie
Yeah.
when why'd you have to
Yes.
think of the Stay Puft guy, right?
I know.
Well,
Yes.
they were like, and they kept getting bigger, and they had to be carried around because they couldn't move. They couldn't.
Sure.
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 They couldn't tuck anything
Uh-huh.
together.
Because they had all their stuff. They had all the spirits in them. Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
Right.
Oh my goodness. That is really cool. I tell you
Yay.
what.
We'll have to
Yeah.
talk more about that.
Yeah, definitely. That reminds me of what you and Kate have done in meetups that you've done,
Yeah.
and how you've been able to coordinate and see the same things. Yep, that's really
Yes,
awesome.
we
Yeah.
definitely have. I
Yeah.
understood. I met her dad. He was
Uh-huh.
from Malta, and I understood after we got together things that I hadn't seen in the dream. And then the next night we decided to go have fun, and we went skiing.
You did. You went skiing, and then you went to the Eiffel Tower.
And
another time.
Eiffel Tower, and she was eating buttons.
That's right. Well, that's wonderful. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. That's fabulous.
Thank you.
All right. So we have 3 people that have questions. So we'll go ahead and start taking them. And I would really love you all in the chat to throw in your 2 cents about what you think about this, because this is about empowering yourself. And it's easier for us to look at a dream that isn't our own dream. That's why when I woke up that day and knew that this was my dream, I just blew my mind, because, that isn't always the case. But anyway, Callie Healer had a dream last night. Her best friend was airlifted for a medical emergency. Okay. Is that all you can remember about it, Callie? Yeah. All right.
Because this does sound as if it could be a predictive dream.
It could be. I hope it isn't. It could,
right.
But I hope it isn't. So being airlifted, though.
Right. Was there a car accident, or was she inside, outside? How did you feel about it? Did you feel that she was going to be secure in this rescue?
Right. Right.
Was she may be skiing and, just
right.
got trapped in a snowbank?
Yeah, very true. Very true. So airlift, if you're talking about air, planes, it could be that she's working on her health in a different plane. or she might have a medical emergency that she needs to work on.
And watch
All you could, that's all you can remember. You were on vacation. You felt like you were on vacation. Okay, that's fine. That's if that's all you can remember, then that's fine.
See, that's why I'm.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
I mean, what you're saying's true. This could certainly be okay. She needs to think about things in a higher realm, just as with Keith.
Uh,
You know,
yes.
you
Yes.
have to take yourself out of the position you're in right now, because there could be a slight underlying condition that's about to get worse.
Could be.
And
Right.
this is,
Yeah.
even if it doesn't involve getting airlifted, this is, you got to check on something.
It shows how quickly things could happen, because that's the only time you really get airlifted. If
Right.
some other place can't take you because they don't have the right
Equipment
or material to deal with the issue. There's another side of it, in that you say your best friend, and sometimes it could be us, and we're seeing it as our best friend because we can't see ourselves. So it could be us that should be thinking about this. And you are a healer. I know you do healing. And so, but there are a lot of people that have to take the insights that they get from their dreams in order to make sense of that. So in other words, it's your house. Your body is your house, but we are also hopefully our own best friends, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Did you see the helicopter?
Oh,
Did you see that helicopter? She was going to a hospital.
uh-huh. Well, she saw her airlifted, I guess. So, EMC says that my sound level is really too high, and your sound level is very low. So let's see. I can search.
Oh, now I can't hear you at all. Can you hear me now? I can't hear you at all. What? Hello? I didn't. I woke up and another friend told me. It happened? Oh, okay. Where'd your voice go?
I'm sorry. I had the mic muted.
I couldn't hear a single word you said.
I'm so
I
sorry.
think I'm psychic.
In your dream, right? You woke up in your dream. I understand that. In your dream, you woke up, and another person told you your friend was airlifted for a medical emergency.
Okay.
We got it.
So
We got it. Yeah.
So yeah, it could pertain to you yourself, Callie.
It could. Yeah. Because you woke up. You woke up.
And you didn't see any of the event. That was information that was being delivered to you.
That's right. That's right.
It could be a role reversal.
You didn't watch it happen. If you were sleeping in the dream, you were sleeping, and now you've woken up, and you know better. You got the message. I'm just going to suggest that take your blood pressure, do a few things like that. It might not be you, it might be your friend, or it just might be that when we are healing ourselves, we need to work from a different plane of existence.
I heard kidneys.
Oh, you heard kidneys?
Yeah,
okay.
Watch out for a kidney stone.
I hope that's not me.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. All right. Um, if you can, Callie Healer, when you go to bed tonight or next couple of nights, ask that they reveal to you what it is that the message was supposed to be. See if you can get a little bit more clarity on it.
Yeah.
But I do believe that it is the plane. When you get airlifted, you're up on a plane or a helicopter,
Right.
and so it's a higher. It's higher. Yeah. Yeah.
Perspective from what you see. But since you didn't see any of it, this is
Right.
a message coming to you.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's right. So I hopefully my voice has cut down a little bit. Is that true? So that it's not so sharp. I just want to make sure. I'm just trying to talk a little bit lower.
You do
Okay.
sound better than you did before, but I don't know. When we're on StreamYard, it's so different from Zoom that
True.
I've adjusted everything that I can.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Just keep your eye out. See if you can get any kind of clarity on that. That would be. I'm glad you told us, and you probably just remembered that someone told you she was airlifted, and I think that makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you didn't see it. Right. This is a very interesting question, Jay.
It's not funny, but
No, it isn't, but it's. I'm proud of her for putting it up, aren't you? Because that could seem pretty libelous. You know?
Well, let's see. It's not just because he left the toilet seat up yet again.
So, what is it about yourself that does he irritate you? Because choking has to be in this chakra area with the voice, right?
What is it that you are not telling him, that you're not saying, that really steps on my toes, or that really steps in territory that I can't handle? You think it's a joke, and all these years together, it's never been a joke to me. It really cuts. So it's more about, yes, what do you need to do?
How about that? Yes, Callie Healer. Good for you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But there are some times that, again, representations in our dreams are parts of who we are as well.
Right.
So it might be something that you were trying to choke off and kill in your own world,
right.
Or it could be his, that you don't like some part of what he does.
Right.
And I love that. Oh, dishonesty hypnicity. Okay, that's an interesting one too. But yeah, possibly trying to silence him. But it's definitely has to do with the throat chakra, I would think. Yeah.
Right. Something that you're not sharing with him about what he does that irritates you or hurts you.
Uh-huh. Yep. So I pulled a card. It says right order. Things are in right order. So maybe I do also know that we work through problems that we have in our relationships when we are in a dream state, because it is a reality. It is a place. Oh, he's not hearing you. I felt I wanted him to know what it's like not to be hurt. Wow. Yep. Very powerful, Jay. Very powerful. And it is the thing. It's a dynamic between men and women, because I have the same problem. I hear all the time, well, you didn't tell me that, or, I didn't hear that, or I heard it differently, or this is what you said, or.
Yeah, because those were the words that I was just thinking. This is what you said, but this is what I heard.
Right.
Let's discuss this.
And
I got the Hierophant on this one. And in this deck, that's the white buffalo calf woman, right, Jay?
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. So that's supposed to
yeah.
represent the Hierophant? Okay. Yeah. Yep.
So
So
you
it
know,
has to do with spirituality then, doesn't it? Wouldn't you say? Yeah.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
If if this is also reflective of something that's actually going on, that he's not hearing you, then
Mm-hmm.
it's like, okay, you need to go back to the drawing board. The opening line, this is what you said, this is what I heard. This is
Right.
what I'm trying
Right.
to say. How do you hear that? You know, do
Right.
you understand
Um,
what I'm saying?
yep. Absolutely. And it's funny because only in my older years, probably within the last 10 years, did I learn how to negotiate an argument by repeating back what I hear and asking for clarity. And it gets a little tedious sometimes because they're supposed to do it, you're supposed to do it, but it really does make a difference. Yeah.
And they don't hear you when you first start saying it,
Oh, wow.
right?
Yep. Yep. Oh, dear, hypnicity. Now add 35% hearing impaired. That's me, my poor husband. Okay. All right. We all have limitations, Nalani. I understand completely. Yeah. But you did know what it meant, Jay. You want to be heard, and you're gonna get. Will you
Right.
listen? Yeah.
Well,
Uh,
and we use the term fighting for it, doesn't mean it comes to fisticuffs, but yeah, you have to work
right.
at it. It's tedious, and it is diligence
It
that
is diligent.
break
Hmm.
it makes the breakthrough.
But also, if you end up killing in the dream, which they never really die, I don't think. I've never really seen like even if I've seen a funeral scene, they're not really dead. You know?
Yeah, they
But
get off the dance.
if you're gonna, sometimes you just say, "Oh my God, I'm gonna kill you. What's the matter with you?" But it's trying to take it into your own hands. Yeah, because choking. Yeah. Oh,
Hmm.
you're welcome, Jay. Um, and I love that you guys are sharing what you think too. Thank you. That's
Yeah.
very important. Yeah, very important. All right. So Claudia wants to know. She has stressful dreams often. I am a happy camper, so I don't understand why I have poopy dreams all the time. That's
Well,
why, actually, isn't it? Because she is a
yeah,
happy camper. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
She had
Because
to get rid of the shit in
that's
one
right.
way or another.
That's right. That's right. And
Hmm.
you don't pay attention to that stuff in the real world. So it comes back to let you know, well, this happened and you didn't even notice. See how easy it is to get through the day?
Yep, yep, yep. Yeah, and it is a reality, Claudia. So even though you're a happy camper, for the most part, your other reality is saying, okay, but we gotta sort through some of the stuff that's unconscious or subconscious, and the only way we can do that, since you're so happy when you're awake, is to do it when you're asleep. Yes, or it could be shadow. That's right, Kelly Healer. I love that. Could be working on your shadow in your sleep. Hmm. Absolutely. Yeah.
Right? That's where you let go of it for yourself.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Wow. Hi, Jenny. I'm glad you're here. Yeah, it's nice to see you. Um, the um, the things we work out in our dreams usually are only going through symbolic. Now, first when I read this, before I started thinking about it, could be shadow. When you said poopy dreams, I thought you were having dreams about being on the toilet because I have those a lot. And a lot of that is running off. They call it running off. Um, they call it purging, uh,
Elimination.
elimination, right? And that's the way I get rid of what it is that I need to eliminate or purge or run away. I want to run away from. And I don't want it in my regular life, so I put up with it in my dream life. I know you meant cruddy. No, I know that. Yeah. I got the, I got it. I got it. Yeah.
So and so it's still reflective of the same thing. That's where you're
Mhm.
getting rid of the energy that you don't carry with you during the day, that you don't see
Right.
during the day,
Yeah.
that you don't let in to interfere with what you're trying to get
With your
done.
happiness. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Uh-huh. And you know what, Claudia? That is awesome because what you're doing in your real life, if you're pretty much a happy camper, then you have reached a level of enlightenment that speaks to the idea that you can see the positive in your day life. Maybe you because you can get rid of the negative in your nightlife. That's a possibility as well. Some people they say it's what is it, toxic positivity, when you turn a good thing or a bad thing into something good, but it really isn't. It's enlightenment. It's a process. Oh, it
Right.
involves your parents dead and alive. Okay. Okay. And if I'm not mistaken, it's also you had a father leave you. And so it could be that you're still working through that kind of stuff. You haven't let it bother you in the day, but maybe at night you deal with it.
And how old were you when this happened? So you have never let it bother you. You haven't done the grieving process.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
need to you need to allow yourself the grieving process for that. It's that is the same thing as a death. You know, you go through that
Right.
grief, you go through anger, you go through acceptance, and then you go through moving on.
Moving on. Yeah. Yeah. I may be wrong. If I'm wrong, Claudia, but I think that we talked about this one time. So, uh, and and it says here,
Oh, that's beautiful.
return of spirit. So it's you returning to the source in order to work through those things at night when you have the ability to do it so that it doesn't interrupt what you're doing during your day. Okay, your adopted dad died past 5 years ago. Still mean to you in dreams. Then it's something you got to work out, honey. Yep. You haven't finished processing what he did to you.
The you right, accept the fact that he did hurt you. You
Yeah.
need to, you know,
Yeah.
I think you're torn between that human nature of grieving the fact that he died.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to. If he was mean to you and he's, you know, he was mean to you, you don't have to.
Well, she's also got a situation where her adopted mom is alive and still hurts her in her dreams. So there's a lot around that for you, Claudia. Yeah, it's deeply seated, and that's what you're working on at night. I think. I really do. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and allow yourself some time during the day to, just do free writing on that, or to find a release for that
Yeah.
within your own set of boundaries. You don't
Yeah.
have to take it with you to work or
No.
into
Right.
real
Yeah.
other relationships, because if she's still alive and still hurting you.
Yeah. The father is mean to her in the dreams he's passed. The mother is alive and still hurts her. Um, I know. Can you be done with it? Apparently not, honey. But I understand that it gets old after a while. But at least it doesn't seem to be interfering with your daily life. Think about it that way. I'm sorry that you're dealing with it. And I wonder if you have the opportunity to make this a lucid dream and turn your ire on these two folk and say, what is wrong with you? I don't want to deal with this anymore. If you're
During
able to do
meditation,
that. Yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
So and to do that, that's like setting when we decide for a meetup dream. We have
Right.
a color code or whatever, and that so we look for that color, and then we look for something that's a landmark that's going to be, okay, I know we're here. I know we're all here.
Right.
Like often
Yeah.
I wear red boots so people know
Uh-huh.
it's me, you know? So
Yeah.
when you want to set for a lucid dream, basically do the same thing,
Hmm.
knowing where you want to go. So
Right.
imagine that you're at that house where everybody lived together as when you were a child, and or whatever age it was that they were doing the most painful things to you that you've been carrying with you since then, and
Hmm.
retrace those steps
Yeah.
and yell and scream and holler the truth about what it made you feel like back then.
Sure. Sure. Because you were too little to say how
Hmm.
you really felt at the time. Now, we are not therapists, and you know that anyway. I know, but I'm just going to say that right now.
Right.
You know, this is just a dream. And this, if it doesn't even make sense to you, if you don't really believe that this is what you're feeling, what do you got there? Who's
Honesty
that?
and communication.
Oh, look at that. So if she can do a lucid dream, she could probably even go into a meditative state
Right.
and talk to them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Take a walk.
Violet flame would help, maybe. True. True. And once you recognize it, you can transmute it. But it would be great if you could. Yeah. I wish my daughter would do it. My daughter is. It's old as dirt. My daughter doesn't want anything to do with her dad. And she's a therapist. And I'm just afraid that at some point in her life, she's not dealing with it. She's got to deal with it somehow because it needs to be dealt with. But yeah, transmute. There you
You
go.
know,
I like that idea, Sandy.
yeah, she should. She should.
Yeah,
Your daughter,
yeah.
she should.
Good advice, honey. Yep. We're all with you, dear. We're all with you. There are times in our lives that are so painful, we want to just forget about them. We feel like we've taken care of what
Right.
we've needed to take care of for so long. But yeah, much love to you, sweetheart. What I really do love is that you're a happy camper when you're awake.
Yeah.
That makes a big difference. And you're such a huge difference to the animals that you rescue and love so much, and the stories you write, the children's stories that you write. So think about those things. But if you can turn on them and say, I need you just to go away now, I'm done with you. Yeah, I don't want to deal with you anymore. Yep. All
And
right. Yes,
kind of
puppies and
takes
kittens.
it back to that soul contract, not to
Yeah.
just to briefly touch on that, because we do make a soul contract before we come in. It's part of the reason why you were an adopted child
Right.
and why you signed up with this family. And we can break those contracts,
Yep.
rewrite those contracts. And
Yep.
now it's time for you to rewrite that contract. So
Yep.
begin at the beginning. You know,
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
can't even remember the name of the book or the author at this particular moment, but it is a soul contract book. And I'm sure
Oh
that
yeah,
more than
that's
one.
the name of it, I think. Soul contracts.
Yes,
Yeah.
and it's very good. It's a good step
Hmm.
by step that helps you organize your thoughts, deal with it, scream at it,
Yeah.
and put it in your pocket and bring
And
it
let
up
it go.
every time it needs to be screamed at.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, how do you rewrite it? Sometimes you just have to say to yourself that they didn't know what they were doing at the time. They didn't know how to be parents. They didn't know
Right.
how to deal with the things, and whether they treated you the same way when you were awake as a child, I don't know. But there must have been something there that has created this feeling of being hurt, and
And
so
if he
yeah.
hasn't come back in your dreams to apologize to you,
Uh-huh.
then you can say, okay, contract fulfilled, contract broken, go away.
Go away now. Even if she's still alive. What, sweetheart? You know what? What? You tell us. Kim, I've got yours next. We'll do yours next. Yeah. Um, all right. This is. Oh, you met with Linda G in person. Okay. Fabulous. I'm going to meet her next week. I can't wait. Wow. And I asked for a health reading. Okay. Yep. Ooh, here we go.
Do you have an autoimmune disease?
Mm.
I'm getting blood.
Oh,
I'm seeing the veins in her arm.
she sees a father coming through, is what Linda saw. Hmm. Okay. Oh, and he says he's sorry. Well, so you don't want these dreams anymore. I understand. He's still wanting your yeah, I bet you were shocked. I bet you were shocked. Yeah. Oh, wow. I don't blame you for wanting to have this over, Nobody wants to continue on with these kind of feelings. I told her he should damn well be sorry. Wow. Wow.
Good. That's
Good for
standing
you.
up to him. Yeah.
That is. Yeah. Yep.
That's your
That's using your voice.
it's your
Yeah.
throat chakra.
Yep. Yep. Uh-huh. Yep. Yeah, I bet you were shocked, honey. Yep. Then she was shocked. Oh dear. Oh, much love to you, Claudia. Much love. Okay, Kim, I wish you were heading to Sedona as well. I wish everybody that I love could be in Sedona. Honestly, it would be so nice just to be all together. And I'm hoping that someday there will be a place we can all meet. Maybe it's in Colorado or somewhere in the middle of the country that we can all just come to and be together. But while meditating, she received a message that her three guides, one is Arcturian named Leonardo and wears a copper orange robe, and the other I feel is a female Palladian, Irina, but I haven't seen her yet. Okay. What do you get, Diane? I'll let you work on it.
Well, I don't. The third one I see as a humanoid, as a human.
Okay.
And not galactic.
Would it be an ascended master?
I think so, but I keep seeing like a youth, but someone that you knew when you were younger, because they're basically the same age as you, but someone you knew in your teenage years, maybe, who's crossed over.
Uh-huh. All right. Because what I pulled was have faith that you will see this other one, this female, but I get a divinity. I get some kind of a divinity is around you. That's why I thought it was an ascended master.
Well,
yeah.
The
third's Apache, a chief eagle smoke. Okay. The third one is Apache.
The third one is Apache?
Yeah.
So that could be from a past life.
That could be. And look, they just surround you with love. They're all three just absolutely. And look at the beautiful light around you. Wow. Oh, wow.
Protection.
Yeah.
So that's your Apache.
Okay. Could have been an Apache in a past life, though, Kim.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you knew that person in a past life.
Right.
Because you can't think of anybody right now. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Irina, I have a feeling Irina is going to make herself known at some point. She's going to show up so you can see her.
With her, I see I just see this purple light. A purple light, not the purple flame by any means, but the translucent lilac color.
Uh-huh.
So watch for her to make an appearance through that kind of a color of an orb.
Wow. So you do it every day, huh? Okay. So you think so too, Kelly Healer? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. They definitely want you to know they're around you. They know that you're going through some difficulties, and they want but I'm believing that you can. I believe that you can see them, and I believe you can feel them. And what a great group of guides for you. Yeah, Arcturian and Palladian. Wow. No good, Amanda. I'm glad you call on yours too. Absolutely. Okay. So I've got one here from EMC, and then Kelly Mack will do yours as well after we're done. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for putting this in. A couple of recent dreams have been so fast I couldn't make any sense of them. Are these spiritual downloads? Could be. Could be.
Divine timing.
Ah, okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You probably are getting some divine downloads that are bringing you awareness, or maybe it's a DNA. Maybe it's a DNA shift. Can't that happen too? Yeah. Hi, Thomas. Huh.
You see what else I can.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy. Okay. So what I pulled was that you are fearless, and they know it, but they haven't really made themselves known to you. And you're getting that too?
Guardian angel.
Wow. I'm seeing a frequency shift, and that's exactly what I thought it was. You're moving up in your frequency from one level to another. And what did you get?
Yes.
A 5? Yes. Okay.
It just the card just says yes. Yes.
Okay. How about star seed? I got a star seed. It's
yes.
possible. Yeah. Oh my God. Okay. So you've got angels around you. You're having a frequency shift, and yes, they are small downloads, I believe, from what we pulled. But
And
yes, it's. Go ahead.
Well, to add to that, sometimes angels don't wear their wings.
Oh, that's true.
Or let you see them. I feel that when they go home, they take them off. They have to shake them out. I have a parrot. I can guarantee you, feathers come loose.
Yeah.
But what I mean.
I do. So, I think all of us that are here have starseed origins. It's nothing that nobody has, but it's making itself known to you, and it's bringing you what it is that you needed to know. Maybe when you had incarnated in that realm, it's quite possible.
I need those cards. I don't know what that deck is. I don't.
It is. Oh, I have it written
really
down.
like them.
They are beautiful cards. I'll make sure that I look it up and send it to you.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So, yeah, I would say. Go ahead.
Well, sometimes the quickness of a dream could just be you're still running from the day.
True. That's true. Yep.
And you're not supposed to make sense of it. You can't make sense of it because you're still running from the day. You're not getting a restful night's sleep.
Right. Yeah. If we can catch the dreams in the middle of the night, those are the ones we don't remember. Those are the ones that work on us as well. I hate to say, have some water before you go to bed, so you'll have to get up and pee. But if you did that, you would remember. It's just that we don't really be. When we sleep and we want to stay asleep. Yeah.
People have, and you've said so on this show before, one of the ways to keep track of the dream in the middle of the night is to write it down, or to, I use a trigger word. and it helps because I do drink water a lot to make sure that I get up. And most of the time I get up every time at between 2:30 and
3 o'clock.
3:30 those
Yeah.
hours, right? And so I use a word, a trigger word, and then the next time I get up, while I'm in the John doing my business, I'm thinking of words that just are trigger words. What's the
Yeah.
first
So
thing
you
to
remember
remember?
later.
The first
Yeah.
word, and then add another word, and say
Yeah.
each of the words every time so that they stay in that systemic order.
Right. Right. And don't rely on remembering,
Right.
because it's really hard to remember. If you can write just those trigger words down, you'll have a better chance at remembering it. So, Kelly Mack has a recurring dream, which I'm watching myself on a stage, but my head is a ball of fire. I am singing opera in this dream, and while I enjoy opera, I don't sing it. You probably did. Your head is a ball of fire. Wow.
Well, I got a past life feeling about this as well, and do you have any dreams that or sense towards a past life where you were in a theater that caught on fire? Let me ask you that first.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, the question you asked her was what?
What does she have any inclination towards a past life where she was in a theater that had caught on fire?
Oh, oh, oh. It's funny that you say that because they're also, remember when the women would wear their hair way up here and their hair would catch on fire because they had those candles and stuff up here. And so, and if you're dressed up in an opera.
And the French were crazy with the pompadour
Huh?
wigs that they would have with, you see funny
Yeah,
pictures, boats
yeah.
stuck in, but they really did that. They
Uh-huh.
really did that.
They did. They did. The other thing they really did, which is really amazing, but when they were at the French court, if they had to go to the bathroom, they simply lifted up their dresses and took down their pants, and they would poop and pee all over the stairs. Believe it or not. I know. When I heard that many years ago, I was like, "Oh my God." All right.
I
So,
believe you.
yeah. So you had your first wedding reception in a hall where a tragic club fire had bodies stored therein.
There you go.
Okay. So there's something about that. It's
That
it's just a tragedy. It's a tragedy. Uh, Kelly Doesn't Cat said, "Sounds like you're speaking your truth or releasing a burden," and that's possible as well. Um, Singing um, an opera many times is a tragedy as well, isn't it? I mean, there's a lot of them that are. Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
and the yes
Hmm.
part came up again.
Oh my. Okay.
So that that tragic club fire has
Yeah,
stuck with you for a reason.
it has. I get commitment. Isn't that funny? Because it was at your wedding, your first wedding reception. So it has something to do with commitment. At least in this card, it did. But wow. I still think you might have had a life as an opera singer, or somebody that perhaps had your wig caught on
That's
fire, because whose head is all full of fire, you know? Um, but it is a purging. A fire is a purging.
right.
And of course, if it's on your head, then it's off the crown chakra as well. Oh,
Spiritual.
spiritual growth. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
crown chakra coming to life.
All
But
right.
I did see this room, so what she
Okay.
had said really goes along with the vision that I was getting as far as this fire.
Yep. Oh my God. And then Kelly says this because the singing is connected with communication and singing will help strengthen your ability to release. But then she wrote this. Our photos had numerous souls and orbs caught on film.
Somebody is still with you.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. No, I
And
do. You know,
if
they latch
still,
onto you. They haven't crossed because they're still
right.
confused.
And
Yeah.
so they're looking to you for some help for that respect, to be able to be released, to be able to cross over.
Right.
Now, I mean, I don't know the circumstances around that. Quite possibly there is a connection that, I mean, it could
Hmm.
be a cousin of
Hmm.
a cousin
Yeah. Yeah.
and they knew you,
Or somebody
I
from
mean,
a past life. Could be somebody
right,
from a past life. Yeah.
right. Somebody from
Yeah.
a past life that knew,
Hmm.
just
Yeah.
happened to go, still be there. And look, it's her. Now I'm going to go with her. And so if I really feel that somebody has stuck with you and you can do things to help them cross over, to help them
Crossover. Yeah. You could tell them, go to the
right,
light. Yeah.
go into
And,
the light,
yeah.
to eh, to pray for them, of course, to do
Right.
ritual, to burn a
Yeah.
candle, to
Sure.
smudge and do all of those rituals that help us relieve our
Release.
issues. Also helps them release and cross over.
Oh, her marriage only lasted 6 months and her ex had a severe stroke. Wow. There's a lot of information here.
Because now, oh my God, that's him coming back to remind you he's with you. My body just has this great big, I can't stop
Wow.
shaking,
Yeah.
and I have got goosebumps all over my body.
Yep.
That's him coming
Yep.
back to tell you
Coming
he's
back.
still
Yeah.
around you and you can help him release. Now that you have this connection with him, oh my God, it's him. You can help him release. You can help him cross over.
You've hit the right person too, because Diana, she had a Vietnam veteran, well, boyfriend. He was in Vietnam. The first day, and
Yes,
you had to do some work with him, right? Because he
yes.
passed on the first day he was there. Yeah.
Right. He followed me for 30 years till I moved back here to Michigan and I was able to release him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah.
Kelly, I really think it's him.
Wow. 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 Very cool.
I still have goosebumps.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
barefooted to the bottom of my feet
Uh-huh. You got him everywhere.
everywhere.
Oh my.
That's him.
Yes, Diana's boyfriend was always her. I know she was. I think Jean helped you with him, didn't she? Way back. Didn't you do a thing with Jean? Um, Sun Psychic Jean? No? Didn't do a
Not
show
on,
with her?
no,
Oh,
not,
oh,
no.
oh.
We may have talked about it.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Oh, Kelly. Oh, your ex was a Desert Storm vet. Okay. Which was a bunch of fires, you know. I keep getting, we didn't start the fire. It was always burning. I keep hearing that.
yeah.
Kelly got love and relationships, moving from troubled waters, speaking your truth, and meditation and dreams. Yep, that's perfect, Kelly. Yep,
That goes right
yep.
on.
Goes right with it. Yep,
Yeah.
yep. Thanks, Kel. Yeah. Yes, I know. Not dessert. Yeah, you're welcome, honey. Wow. Um, okay. We could probably spend another 10 minutes on that, but I'm going to let it go because it's whatever it means to you to Kelly Mack, because we can tell you what we think or what but if you feel it resonates for you or whatever happens, and if you have the dream again, it would be interesting if you can pick up anything else that comes from it. But if you had it and the person is in that place where the wedding reception was, then it's connected to that marriage, it seems. Yeah.
Well, and that's why he was showing me this burning room
Right. Yeah.
that looks like a theater
Yeah.
because it's a
Yep.
hall. Of course it does, you know.
Sure. Yep. Absolutely. All right. So Amanda has, maybe you can help her with this one. And Thomas, I have your comment up that we'll just talk to before we leave tonight. She says it's not a dream and she apologized for it, but if we can answer it, we'll try. Are my dog Jack and my crow visitors really friends? Jack chases them when they come to snack and visit. Oh, yeah.
Wait, is time?
Hmm?
I wonder if time are my dog Jack and my crow visitors really friends?
Yeah, she's wondering if we had time, whether her dog
Oh.
Jack crow visit. Yeah.
I'm trying to figure
And
out
what I need to
if
tell you about, yeah, I get it. Crows recognize you, so they must recognize dogs and other animals as well. And so, yes, I believe that that when that crow comes back, it's so excited because it can play again, and it knows it can play with Jack. That's what it feels like. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yes, absolutely. My wild birds outside know that the minute the dogs have been outside, they're going to get fed. Now I just put
Uh-huh.
plates out and feed on plates because I gave up on bird feeders a long time ago.
Oh, yeah.
Whoever
Mhm.
gets there in time is lucky. If you don't, you don't. But I am now being visited by Brewer's blackbirds, which
Oh.
they're just beautiful. But I don't get crows and ravens here like I did when I was in Virginia. And now I'm getting red-shouldered, red-winged blackbirds and these Brewer blackbirds. And it's amazing. The Brewers, they come and they do exactly what you're saying. They play with, especially with grizzly.
Uh-huh.
They'll dive at grizzly, and they're very friendly. They don't. They sit on the fence when I put my parrot outside, and
Mm-hmm.
with
Mm-hmm.
me, they don't bother.
So you can bring your parrot outside? You can?
I do. Well, when I had my African gray, I had an outdoor cage, and he very
Okay.
willingly always came to me and would go outside in his cage all summer long, except for nighttime
Uh-huh.
I'd bring. But Groucho, on the other hand, is not quite so formidable, so I haven't invested in an outdoor cage because she won't willingly come to my hand. She has to be
Okay.
coaxed, and she won't come unless it's on her terms. So I just cart her whole cage outside, and she loves it. But then when she's tired because she wants to get out of the cage and fly around,
Uh-huh.
and she starts yelling and barking like a dog.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Wow.
Yes,
Wow.
yes. I get it. Me too.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And red-winged blackbirds were her adopted dad's favorite bird. Oh my God.
They have such a beautiful song. So does the Brewer.
Oh my God. But we've been dealing with her dad tonight on the other side, and now these.
Right. Hello.
Yeah. Oh my God.
He's wearing a
Yep.
red badge.
He still wants you to believe him that he's sorry. I bet. I bet it's his way of bringing that through.
The scarlet letter are those red wings.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. That's true. So, Thomas, you have a dream where you're back in high school, usually in underwear. Uh-huh. At my locker trying to remember the combination, and the bell goes off and I'm still trying to open the lock. I've had that, not exactly that, but I have been at college, and I am supposed to drop a class before I get an F. I need to go do the drop, and I never do. So I get the F. And I always am frustrated because when am I going to be smart enough to remember to go drop it before the class ends, And so I understand it, and it's frustrating. And it's like, what the hell's wrong with me? So, but you're in your underwear. So, you are felt exposed.
Pressure.
Yeah, performance pressure, of course, peer pressure. But your locker, and you can't remember the combination. Yeah. So, and that was always something I was afraid that would happen to me, that I would forget the because you're supposed to remember it at that time. You know, when we were younger, that those kind of lockers. But I always wanted the one with a key that I didn't have to worry about remembering a combination. But there's a combination in there, so it's something about a combination.
Right.
Something
Code.
combines, and you're afraid you're going to be late for class because the bell is already going off. You can't get the books out. You can't.
And can't understand the code.
Yeah. Or the way that you have to live. Wow. Okay, so you have, wow, that's cool. Oh, you have it too, Cat Mama and Callie Healy. You have the same dream, but you have clothes on and you can't remember. Confusion making decisions. Kelly, you're really nailing it tonight too with your cards. Yeah. That's fabulous. Yeah. I think we all have that sort of feeling around the pressure that we have. Aren't there a lot of people who have to do public speaking? Ooh. and they don't feel comfortable? They feel naked. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Go ahead, hon.
Tarot Daddy, it says do the work.
Ah, okay. Do the work. Do the work to remember what the combination is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a pattern.
Yeah.
Once you do the work, the pattern will fall into place.
Uh-huh. Okay, you have the same dream about forgetting to drop your class and getting an F. Wow. Well, we're connected in more ways than one then, Claudia.
I just keep getting that Blackbird.
But it happened to me because I did not drop a class and I did get an F. And so it's fear. It's definitely fear of screwing up and everybody laughing. And yeah.
So did you have the dream before it happened or?
No, after. Yeah.
And do you still have the dream now?
For years. No, I don't. I sometimes have it. I had, but the other repetitive dream I had was that about my high school boyfriend, and it was always. And when I saw him, and I've seen him several times because his sister was my friend, and when I saw him last, he was extremely cheap. I mean, we went out to dinner and he had water. He paid for it, but he had water, you know what I mean? And he had something like and he also was very Republican. And so once I saw that, I thought, okay, I didn't make the wrong choice, basically. And then the dream went away. So there's something about...
Right.
Something about not dropping out in time or not doing something in time and having to pay the penalty. And I'll tell you that when I had my astrology done many, many years ago, she did soul astrology is what she called it. And she told me that if I didn't use all the knowledge I had in this lifetime from all other lifetimes, that I would lose it. And so, in my estimation, I think it was, you better do it or you're going to drop it and then you'll have nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. A threat, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that fulfillment.
Yep.
Which starts with an F.
Oh, Mary, you brought up my Freddie song. Thank you. Freddie and David Bowie, Under Pressure. That's right.
Down home.
That's right. Yeah, it is regrets. It is regrets, Cal. Yeah, you're right. Well, we've had quite the night. And
we have. And it was good.
It was. Thank you for joining me this evening, Diana. I enjoyed it so much. And thank you all to everybody who's been here that shared some dreams that everything that we need to do is very important work here. But what you got?
May your
I can't read it.
It's your guardian angel. May she guide us through the night
There you
for
go.
all of us here.
For all of us. That's right. That's right. Yep. Thank you all. Thank you so much. Yes, Thomas, it is a great reset. It is a great reset. And it is scary because I don't want to drop the class. Or I want to at least drop the class before I fail it. Let's put it that way. Yeah. Yeah.
Bottom of the deck, sacred plan.
So yes, it's probably very true then that I made that contract. Yeah. So I'm doing what I was supposed to be doing. So at least I know this
You
now.
are.
And they
You
told me
are.
it would be when I was older that people would come into my home, and that's what it is. Yeah. So
Yeah.
anyway,
And you are.
much love to all of you. Yeah. Thank you. We'll be back in a couple of weeks when I get back from Sedona, and Diana will be back with us again, and we may have a couple other folks. Maybe Kate will be feeling better by then. And everybody just have a wonderful night, and may your guardian angels bless you. Bye-bye, everybody. Sweet dreams.